What's happening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of ARK Survival Ascended. This is Community Crunch 490. The future is bright. Now, I know I haven't done one of these Community Crunches in a while. However, welcome to another edition of the Community Crunch, people. And the reason we have come back is they've released a roadmap for the next 2 years, 2026 and 2027. We do know they don't tend to stick to these roadmaps, but at least we know where they're headed. Now, Q1, they say survival of the fittest is coming back, which is actually a big surprise that they're going to bring that back again. However, the one that's brought me back is in Q2, they're saying Bob's True Tales, which is very similar to Bob's Tall Tales. So obviously this is going to be some sort of paid DLC, but what it is a revamped version of Genesis Part 1. Now, Genesis Part 1, I did not like that when they first brought it out back in the day, but this time they reckon it's going to be an adventure over a map-wide ocean biome with real water physics and customized pirate ships, mate. Customizable pirate ships. Like, how insane is that? Where have we seen this before? That's right, Atlas, mate. Atlas. Now, we do know they do have the real water physics is already in the game. They just had to tame it down for the way that the ARK maps are made at the moment. It doesn't really work properly. Like, it works, but they had to tame it down. However, in this map, looks like they're cranking it right back up. You're going to have randomized semi-procedural islands and fortresses that we can battle. So this is straight up Atlas, mate. Everyone who's been on my channel before knows I love Atlas, I love pirate games, and I love ARK. So if they can bring the world of ARK Survival Ascended, all the new bells and whistles in together, then mate, sign me up. Sign me up. We're coming back. Now going on to Q3, they're adding one of the best options that they could possibly add, which is ARK World Creator. Now, all the OG players from way back in the day would remember the semi-procedural maps or whatever it was, where you could procedurally generate your own maps. Now, this is kind of similar to that. However, what it is basically the ARK dev kit without having to download the ARK dev kit and have like a crazy PC, a whole bunch of storage to be able to do it. Apparently, anybody can go onto the mod browser and you're going to be able to find a new option called World Creator, which is going to be absolutely insane. Apparently you can make whole new maps from scratch and you can share them, you can make them for yourself, you can make your own boss fights, you can make your own story, which is insane. However, I don't know how this is going to go with all the the professionals that are making the DLC maps and they're selling them on the mod. When you're got this coming out and you'll be able to share them and there's going to be hundreds of new maps, who knows, maybe they could find some really talented DLC makers in there. Who knows? But we'll definitely jump into that and make our own map. It's going to be cool, especially for content. That's going to be really, really good. Now, the rest of it is pretty far away. You can see it's like right up to 2027, which we all know is going to be 2028, 2029, maybe 2030. Like, who knows, man? Like, the way this game goes, who knows when that stuff's going to be released. But they do have a few cool things there, especially in Q1 of 2027. They've got Atlantis, which is obviously going to be an underworld map. Like that sounds pretty cool. That does sound pretty cool. And the second part of Bob's True Tales. I don't know whether it's going to be the same, where if you buy the first part, then you get the second part, like in Bob's Tall Tales. Who knows? But it seems to be a Galaxy Wars. So obviously some sort of space world map. Who knows? But it's a long way away, so we'll get into that when it gets a little bit closer to it. But at the moment, we need to concentrate on Q1 and Q2. Who knows, mate? Who knows? We could be back into ARK in a massive way. So smash that like button, consider hitting the subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the next episode. See you later.